will be followed by the aspiration of today's service by Reverend Shibata.
On this occasion of the Buddhist Church of Stockton's annual observance of Fall Ohigan, we are gathered together to adorn the shrine of Amida Buddha, burn incense, chant the sacred writings, and deepen our understanding of the Buddha Dharma. During both the spring and fall equinox, when the hours of day and night are equal, the sun symbolically rises in the east and sets in the west toward the direction of the Pure Land. We gather to listen and meditate upon the teachings of the Buddha Dharma, as clarified and transmitted to us by Shinran Shonin. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Namanda Butsu.
Please rise if you're comfortable for the singing of the Gatha, When We See the Golden Sun. The Gatha can be found in the program or in the service book on page 227. This will be followed by the recitation of the three treasures, which is also in the program or on page 2 of the service book.
Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we should be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda.
We will continue with the chanting of Jusege, which is on the back of this program starting on page 95 of the service book.
Kagon Chosegan Ishimu Jodo Shigan Permanzok Sepujo Shogak Gaom Medyoko Dai Seshe Sai Shobing Sepujo Shogak Gashi Jobanda Myosho Chojipa Kukyami Shomon Sepujo Shogak Diokujin Shonen Jo Eshubongyo Shigam Jodo Ishoten Nishi Jiniki and Daiko Bushom Musaido Shoujo Sankumyo Kosai Shuyakunan Kai again Meshikomo an Hesokusho akuno Tsendaten Shimon Kosojo manzok Iyorojipo Nichiga Shujuki Tenko Ompetgen Ishukai Hozo Kosekudokuho Jo Dai Shuchu Seppo Shishiku Kuyo Isaiba
sakşı takıhan ganeşin caman tok isan gaya ya ben geçi sedat mi feşa ganga köedik taşı say şasan şingan yakoka daisen okanda kokuşotenin Namandaps, 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 namandaps. Namandaps, namandaps.
We will now have incense offering by the following representatives. Dharma School student, Alex Kawaguchi. Dharma School teacher, Mike Shibata. Sangha Club, Jules Belts. Okay. Ruby Kato. Young Buddhist Association, Andrew Kawaguchi. Young Adult Buddhist Association, Dr. Linda Kawaguchi. Adult Buddhist Association, Dolores Matsumura. Tomono-kai, Janet Saga. Stockton Bukyo Taiko, Chris Kubo. Cortez Hoakai, Dan Kubo. Stockton Buddhist Women's Association, Vivian Fuji. And from the Buddhist Church of Stockton, Candy Hayashi. Reverend Shibata will now introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Koe Umezu.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this special service. It's my honor and privilege to introduce our guest speaker. And like many of my colleagues who are able to join us, I'm very fortunate to call Reverend Koe Umezu my dear friend as well. We call each other, I think, frequently enough to talk about what's going on in our lives, discuss the Dharma and other things as well. But again, it's so wonderful that she was able to spend time with us yesterday for a very Dharma-filled, very important discussion about being embraced in Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion, and what that really informs us or inspires us to live a life of compassion, especially when we talk about inclusion and equity for others as well. So I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce Sensei to you this morning. So if you don't know already, but Reverend Koe Umezu, she, her, hers, was born in Los Angeles, but raised in the San Francisco East Bay area. And she's currently residing in Torrance, California, in Southern California, with her spouse, Marie Miyashiro. And she's the eldest daughter of our previous bishop, Reverend Kodo Umezu, and Mrs. Janet Umezu. Reverend Koy attended UC Davis, so she was very familiar with where we went to dinner when we first saw each other on Friday. How many of you know Dos Coyotes in the Sacramento area? Yes. So we were very happy to enjoy dinner together. So not completely familiar with Stockton, but familiar with the Sacramento area. But she did go to UC Davis, and she graduated with a double major, a BA in communications and a BA in studio art. So that led her to a career in storyboarding in the film and television industry as she moved to 2002 to pursue that as her career. So she's been freelancing as a storyboard artist ever since then. So Reverend Koei, she received her Tokudo ordination, which is that first level of ordination for us in our Jodo Shinshu Honganji-ha tradition. And she was able to go to Kyoto, Japan to receive her ordination and was soon after assigned as the assistant minister to Reverend Koho Takata at the West Los Angeles Buddhist Temple. In August of 2020. So right in the middle of the pandemic, very close to when I arrived here in Stockton. So Sensei's focusing on young adult outreach at the temple. She also went to the Institute of Buddhist Studies, and she graduated in 2023, and later in that year received her Kyoshi certification as well. So in her spare time, Sensei enjoys reading comic books and, of course, drawing and watching reruns of Law and Order and Seinfeld and Golden Girls. So without further ado, Sensei Koei Umezu.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming this morning, and thank you to Shibata Sensei for, oh, where are you? Oh, there you are. I mean, can you see me? I can see your head too. That's all. But there's nobody like, okay. We can see each other's heads. That's good. Okay. Well, thank you for inviting me. Thank you all for having me this morning. I would like to, everybody's welcome to listen to this message, but it is, of course, geared towards the Dharma School students. So can I just see like where the Dharma School students are? Okay, you're all spread out. Cool. That's okay. Well, it's great. Again, it's great to be here with you today for Ohigan. And were you all listening to Miss Carrie when she explained what Ohigan means? Yes? What does Ohigan mean? You want a hint? It's not this, but it's that, and shore. That shore, or other shore. And other shore is what we refer to as the realm of enlightenment, or the realm of Buddha. The realm of Buddha. So we are taught that reaching the other shore is the goal that we as Buddhists should aspire for. But do you all know where the other shore is? No? Me neither. I don't know either. So I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't know how to get there. How do you think we can get there? Can you guess? Yeah. You don't know the answer. That's okay. That's okay. So what I think, if I don't know where I'm going, I need to ask for directions, or I need to get a guide, right? If you ever, I think you kids might be a little, young to get lost, but adults, when we're lost, right, we have a GPS or we have something to guide us. So what do you think who do you think our guide is to get to other shore? Starts with a B. Actually starts with an A for 2 words. First word starts with an A, second word starts with a B. No? That's okay. I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha is our guide to get to the other shore. And so I'm somebody who, as Reverend Candid, well, you might not have understood, but I'm somebody who, I'm in movies, I like comic books, so I love superheroes. Does anybody else like superheroes? Adults too? Anybody? Yeah? Does anybody have a favorite superhero? No? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Wonder Woman. Nice. Do you know Wonder Woman's origin story? How she became Wonder Woman? Yeah. My favorite superhero is Superman. And I think Superman and Wonder Woman are like best friends, so that's cool too. But Superman was born on another planet, and then his parents wanted to save him from his dying planet, so they sent him to a world where he could live and thrive and help other people. So it's very important for us to know when we look up to people, superheroes or even real life people, what their story is, right? How did they become who they are to want to help other people? And so for us, when we're here at the temple, we go to Amida Buddha for our guidance to the other shore. So I think it's so important for us to know Amida Buddha's story. Why is Amida Buddha helping us? So today, I would like to share with you a shortened version of Amida Buddha's origin story. So it goes, and this is taught by Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha taught us this story. Many years ago, long time ago, in a land far, far away, unknown to us, there was a king named Dharmakara. And Dharmakara was taking a walk outside their kingdom one day and happened to see their local Buddha sitting happily in the forest, just sitting there very peacefully. And that local Buddha's name was Lokeshvaraja Buddha. So when Dharmakara came across Lokeshvaraja, Dharmakara just came up to him and just kind of stared, and Lokeshvaraja said, "How can I help you today?" And the king responded, "Oh, Buddha, you look so happy and bright and calm today." And Lokeshvaraja didn't say any words, but just smiled. The king was so inspired by Lokeshvaraja's happiness and calmness that the king said, "I think I want to become a Buddha just like you. You always look happy, and you always have all the answers. You're so wise." And so from that point, Dharmakara decided he wanted to become Lokeshvaraja's special student and helper. So the king stopped being a king and became a student of this Buddha. Do you know what it means to stop being a king? What does a king have? Where does a king live? Palace. Does a king have lots of money? Yeah. Does a king have power over people? Yeah. Dharmakara gave up all of that because he thought following Lokeshvaraja would bring him to happiness more than being a king. And so he said, "Please teach me how to be a Buddha too. I want to be a Buddha. I want to be a Buddha." And so Lokeshvaraja taught Dharmakara everything that he needed to know to become a Buddha. And after hearing Lokeshvaraja's teaching, Dharmakara realized that it wasn't just people in his own little kingdom and town that needed help, but there were people in other towns, other kingdoms, villages, whole other worlds that might need a happy and wise Buddha to guide them in their lives. And Dharmakara said, "I want to help all of them, no matter where they are or when they live. Even if they live in the future, I want to help them." And so with that, Dharmakara wanted to become the most perfect Buddha ever. Not just a regular Buddha, but a perfect Buddha. So Dharmakara said, how am I going to do this? How am I going to be able to learn how to help everybody if I don't know everybody? So how do we get to know people? Do we go talk to them? Right? And we can visit them and learn about their cultures. So that's what Dharmakara did he visited all the other Buddhas living in all the different worlds to learn about all the different ways that people live and all the different ways that people suffer. And with all of this knowledge, accumulated wisdom, Dharmakara said, okay, I'm going to meditate on this and I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think, how do I help everybody, without exception, everybody? Do you know what everybody means? Kids and adults? What does everybody mean? Oh, you guys are shy. Oh, yes. Yes, that's what it means. Plus people that haven't been born yet and people that might, if we learn that there's people in other worlds and other planets, all those people too. People, we can't even conceive of it. That's what everybody means. And so Dhammakara, because they wanted to help all of these people ever, they studied and practiced for a long time. And they had to think long and hard because they said, I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want anybody to feel excluded. So finally, Dharmakara came up with a way to help all beings ever, even in the future. They said, all the people have to do is recognize that I am trying to help them become Buddha too. They just have to use a special greeting to connect with me. Can you guess what the special greeting is? What did Reverend Candace lead us in this morning? Before the chanting, we always put our hands together. What do we say? Namo Amida Butsu. Yes. So this is the special greeting that Amida said. If people just call out Namo Amida Butsu, they can be connected to me and know what I'm trying to do for them. And once all the other Buddhas heard Dharmakara's promise, the other Buddhas all said, oh my gosh, Dharmakara, I never even thought to help all of the people ever. You are so awesome. So all the other Buddhas cheered for Dharmakara and began calling Dharmakara Amida Buddha. Amida means immeasurable Buddha. Do you know what immeasurable means, or infinite, or what's another word kids might know? Never ending, yeah. Non-stop, yes, non-stop. Buddha is non-stop. There's nothing that can stop Buddha. Time, space. I like that. Buddha is non-stop. Also, that's a line from a Hamilton song, and I really love Hamilton. So, Buddha is non-stop, yes. And so from then on, Amida Buddha became known as the wisest, most kind, passionate ever that we connect with through Namo Amida Butsu. And Namo Amida Butsu, do you just have to say it at temple? Can you say it at home? Can you say it in your mind at school? For people at work, can you say it there? You're right? So Namo Amida Butsu is nonstop. So when we think of Namo Amida Butsu, I know kids, this might be a little bit hard for you to remember to say Namo Amida Butsu all the time, but let's remember that this tells us about Amida Buddha's promise to be the wise and happy teacher for all of us, without exception. So kids, please know that Amida Buddha sees each and every one of you for who you are. You go to school, you have your own group of friends. I think I lost the kids' attention. Oh, you look like you're paying attention. Do you have your group of friends? Do you play with every single person in your class? Maybe? Do you really? No, it's okay to say you don't, because I didn't. Right? It's hard. You can't play with every single person in your class. Some people we don't get along with, and that's okay. But Amida Buddha sees them too and accepts them too. And Amida Buddha wants to inspire all of us to become a Buddha, to go to that other shore. So it's for all of us all the time, no matter how old we are. How old is the youngest child here? Do we know? She's 3. 3? Is there anyone younger than 3? Okay, we'll go with 3 today. I don't want to out anybody, but anybody older than 60? Right? So everybody, all the ages. Amida Buddha cares for all of us. And for the kids, just like all the adults in your life are caring for you, wishing for you to grow up safe, happy, and healthy, Amida Buddha wishes that for everyone too. For all of us, for our family, our relatives, our friends, and again, even people we don't get along with. Amida Buddha is not leaving anyone out. So I hope that as we continue to all listen to Namo Amida Butsu, come to temple, recite it, not just when Sensei tells us to say it, but we can say it anytime. We can say it when we walk in and say hi to Buddha. We can say it when we sit down. We can say it when we're about to leave and say, bye Buddha, Namo Amida Butsu. And Buddha will recognize us. And even if there's a moment when we're not happy, maybe we'll be sad or scared, then Amida Buddha is sad with us and scared with us. And Amida Buddha will sit with us and say, let me help you not be sad. Let me help you not be scared. And Amida Buddha is always trying to help us get back to calm. And then when we become calm and happy, then Amida Buddha becomes calm and happy with us. We don't ever need to feel alone because Amida Buddha is always together with us, because Buddha is nonstop. If we feel lonely, we can put our hands together and remember that Amida Buddha is sitting with us. We can't see Buddha with our eyes, but we can hear Buddha with our words and think about Buddha in our head and feel in our heart when we put our hands together and say Namo Amida Butsu. So I hope that you can remember some parts of the story, that Amida Buddha worked really, really hard to be happy, kind, wise, and calm for all of our benefits. So let's do our best to be mindful of Amida Buddha, say hello and thank you to Buddha by reciting Namo Amida Butsu. So thank you very much, everybody, for allowing me to share the story of Dharmakara and Amida Buddha today. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. Thank you. Have a good time at Dharma School.
Thank you, Reverend Umezu, for your wonderful children's message. Please stand if you're comfortable for the recitation of our pledge, followed by Nembutsu. This can be found on the back cover of the service book.
Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda.
We will now have announcements. First, I'll hand it off to Darlene.
Good morning. So part of my venturing outside of 2820 Shimizu Drive is to bring back to you information from the BCA and make us feel more connected to the Buddhist Churches of America. And one of them, Reverend Umezu reminded me, is the call for entries to the BCA virtual art exhibit. So how many of artists do we have? Make shapes out of things? Draw, paint, photography. I've seen several different modes of art. So we would be interested. I can give you the information, and you can enter your art into the, it's not a contest, it's just a display, and that's put on by your BCA Art Committee, or as they call themselves, BC Art. So, and then another thing that's coming from the BCA, just like Reverend Umeza's story where Dharmakara had Lokesh Varaja to inspire him by seeing this relaxed and peaceful being. In the BCA, we have Bob Matsueda, okay? So you ask who this is. He does yoga for wellness and instruction. So how many of you are like yoga? Good. I see hands go up. How many of you feel like you can't bend to do yoga anymore? Okay. No worries, though. Bob is a master at teaching us techniques for relaxation. And as this is, he sent this email to Candy and myself, is in this seminar, I am focusing on yoga therapy for mental health, techniques for anyone to help with stress, anxiety, depression, addictions, sleep disorders, and overall mental and physical issues. I'm excited to share this since I generally only do this type of practice with people one-on-one for cancer patients, MS, brain injuries, etc. So he works with some very challenged people. Please encourage your members to attend, even just for Saturday only, since I'm sure anyone who attends will benefit greatly from the techniques that anyone can employ in their daily life. So this event that is sponsored by the Northern California District, it is on the weekend of Friday, September 26th through 28th. It'll be at the Hard Rock Casino in Sacramento. So yes, if you like to gamble, you can partake in some entertainment too. There is a discounted room rate. For the whole weekend, it's $250. But at like any event that any church puts on, it includes plenty of food, okay? So I'll leave these up here. Please feel free to come take a picture of it. They are still accepting registration, even if you can only come up on Saturday. Please consider this. Bob is a great teacher. If you talk to anybody that went to Red Carpet, Lonnie, Kay, Bev, Charlie, or myself, he did a mini workshop, and it was relaxing, and it was focused mainly on breathing techniques. So I encourage you to go. For those of you that are interested in, say, intermediate Buddhism, there is Reverend Dr. Ken Tanaka, BCA Emeritus Minister, is doing fireside chat sessions. He has 20 sessions with guest lay speakers and teachers. It's all virtual. If you're interested, the information's up here. Again, please come take a picture of it. And then one of the other things that I work with is the Federation of Dharma School Teachers League. And in this particular one, there are two events that we have coming up that are probably interesting to people that are not necessarily Dharma School teachers. So Reverend Melissa Opal is the San Francisco Buddhist Temple or Buddhist Church's resident minister. She also came to us from another religion. She didn't, like some of us in this room, she didn't grow up in it. She traveled to us from Catholicism and from up north, and she is going to share her story as well as, of course, this is for Dharma School teachers, but gear us also into how can we embrace and attract families that are also coming to us in search of what is Buddhism all about. So this is on September 20th. It is a webinar. It is sponsored by the Federation of Dharma School Teachers League, so there is no cost involved. It will be geared toward Dharma School teachers, but Reverend Opal is an excellent speaker, so I encourage you, if this is something you're interested in, this is a preliminary flyer, so you've got the skinny on what we're trying to put together. But again, please take a picture of it and join us if you're interested. The next one is, how many of you have used Canva, ChatGPT, some type of AI? Yes, right? Do we really know what we're using? We are putting together a webinar on October 4th. It will be at 9 a.m., starting at 9 a.m. Our speaker is Brant Horio, and he is from Ekoji Buddhist Temple, and he does this for the government. He works with AI, so he's an expert in AI. But he's going to talk about the state of the art, ways to use AI, and the limitations and potentials for misuse. So even if you're on a scholarship committee, which I don't have it anymore, I just gave it away. But on a scholarship committee, one of the readers of these high school essays said, I think this one is done with AI. And then she did some research and she realized, no, this is not AI. But you never know where you're going to find it. Resumes are often put together with AI. You'd be surprised. And then this will do the intersection of AI and Buddhism. And Reverend Bridge will be the moderator for this after the fact. So he will be talking to him about how he uses it in Dharma talks. Now, if I say that, please don't think that Reverend Shibata and Reverend Umezu, and they all generate their talks on AI, but it's a useful tool in giving them ideas. So you'll find out about that if you would like to attend that one as well. Now, bringing it closer to home, we're having our open house. This is something that Kathy Fujimori did probably over a decade ago, and we're going to try to bring it back. This is your opportunity to come and learn about all the organizations we have here at the temple, because I don't think anybody is a member of every organization. Mike is probably really close, but other than that, I don't know anybody that is as ambitious as Mike as far as that goes. This is open to everybody. We will have all our affiliated organizations and Stockton JACL, Okage-sama, which was born as the, what was it? Oh, Stockton Assembly Center group. They will be there. We will have BCA table there. The Buddhist Church of Stockton will have a table there for religious information as well. So we encourage you to come. We will also be doing, I saw, Candy said there's bins out. So we're set? Okay, so the Stockton Food Bank has been in the news being hit over and over again and losing a lot of their resources. And so as an attempt to help our community in this event, you will see bins around the campus right now that are for collection of canned food drive for the Stockton Food Bank. We will be supporting this during our open house. We're also going to have a passport, which I still have to design. But if you hit every table and you get a stamp from every table, we will put you into a drawing for a $25 gift card, and we're going to bring 4 of those. So you have 4 chances to win if you come and check it out. And then not only will we be collecting food for Stockton, again, like any event that's at a church, we have food for you to eat as well. So please come to that one. And there's a flyer for that. That flyer went out in the Karma, but please feel free to take a picture of it if you didn't have it already. And so speaking of food, how many of you eat dinner? All right. How many of you know where there's a Panda Express? All right. You know what that puts together, right? That means we are going to have a fantastic fundraiser. You get a night off from cooking, so that's a way to relax and enjoy the evening. So next Friday, this coming Friday, we ask you to support our Panda Express fundraiser. And if you have friends and relatives and anybody's email that you think they deserve a break from cooking also, please share this flyer with everyone you can, because this event is nationwide. Continental U.S., Hawaii, and Alaska, although I don't know if Alaska has Panda Express. But anywhere can participate. The orders have to be done online. The more people we get to participate, of course, the more money that they can bring into the Stockton, Buddhist Church of Stockton, and the more people who get to take the night off from cooking. So again, this flyer went out. We'll blast it out again this week if you get our emails. If not, please take a picture of it as well. And so hopefully we've touched on something you like. There's a lot of food in there and art and lectures, so please take a look at your leisure. Thank you.
Thank you, Darlene. We'll now have Chris Kubel come up next.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to remind everybody that we have name tags that you can make for yourselves. So if you haven't made a name tag for yourself, please do so. There are name taggers and paper and different things that you can use to decorate them. And once you make them, you could leave them in the holders that are out there, or you can leave them after you have your fellowship meals and time in the reception room or in the mini chapel. There'll be a container there to put them in, and we'll make sure that they're back in the holders. So this way, people like me who can't remember people's names will be able to remember your name. Sorry. And it will be easier to talk to everyone, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Yaba is having their tri-tip sandwich takeout on Sunday, October 5th. So if you don't want to do lunch either, you can partake in this one too. It's going to be, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and tickets are $15. So I believe in the foyer there's tickets for sale, and also I think any Yaba member, if you're interested, let them know, and then they can find tickets for you too. So it is $50. It is the first Sunday in October, October 5th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, October 18th, is our shrimp and pasta feed. So in the Karma, please check for details. Reverend Candace's book club returns on September 24th at 6:30 p.m. Contact Reverend Candace if you're interested. Cans and plastic bottles are now being collected by YBA. Please leave your cans, recyclables in the white barrels by the mini chapel. Are there any other announcements?
Last week in the long list of announcements, I forgot to introduce our Dharma School teachers. This temple is fortunate to have dedicated Dharma School teachers. All the teachers from last year are returning except for Minami, who graduated from University of Pacific. But this year we also have 3 new teachers. As I call your name, please stand so that everybody will know who you are. The teachers for nursery and kindergarten are Peggy Martin, Leanne Yu, and Lilia Diaz. Class 1 to 4, teachers are Candy Hayashi and Casey Ogata Tran. Class 5 through 8, teachers are Ruby Kato and Jamie Belts. Dharma School, our Dharma class, the YBA teachers are Darlene Bagshaw, Tiffany Shibata, and Carrie Wong. Roving teachers for this year are Charles Bagshaw, Kathy Fujimori, and myself. Parents are reminded that they should fill out a form for their children to be registered in the Dharma School. This also includes authorization for multimedia. So make sure you complete a form and sign it. Students 18 and older can fill out their own form, but for those 18 and under 18, the parents will have to fill out the form. After completion of the form, give it to any Dharma school teacher. Thank you.
So for the food drive, be sure to, if you want to start bringing them next week, be sure to keep those with you. Bring them over to the gym where we're having, is it the gym? We'll be having the open house. So per each like bundle of donations, you'll get an extra ticket for the raffle. So yeah, bring those all next week, starting next week. And don't bring them in here, but bring them into the gym so that you can get an extra ticket for those donations. Non-perishables are okay. Non-perishables. Uh-huh. Yeah, pretty shelf-stable types of foods that they need. Yeah. So Connie Ishihara is actually helping me as she works there. So she's mentioned like canned tuna fish, things that are really shelf-stable for families. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Carrie.
All right, at this time, Dharma School students up to middle school are dismissed to their classes. Please come forward to offer incense if you have not done so already. Reverend Umezu will then deliver the adult Dharma message. Thank you so much for coming. She left. She went that way. Towards the
Carrie, you're this tall? My goodness. You're this tall? Oh. Okay, everybody. So thanks for sticking it out throughout the service and the announcements. But, you know, without further ado, I know Sensei is also flying home today, so I don't want to keep her too long. But we are very privileged and honored to be able to have Sensei as our guest speaker. So without further ado, I just wanted to get things started for her. So Sensei, yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Morning once again, everybody. Please, I invite you to join me, gassho, hands together, as I read a passage written by Venerable Shinan. To the multitudes of beings who live in the unwholesome world in the age of the 5 defilements, who are full of afflictions and wrong views, the Buddhas as numerous as grains of sand on the Ganges give the calling name of Amida and urge them to take refuge in it. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu. Well, again, I guess for the third time now, good morning, everyone. Thank you again for having me here today and allowing me to share my appreciation of the Dharma on this occasion of Ohigan with you all here in Stockton. As we've learned already, the Japanese word Ohigan means other shore. He means that or other, and gan means beach or shore. O is honorific, showing respect and reverence to the place. So we can translate, I think, in English to say something like that shore over there. And in our tradition, it is taught that that shore refers to the realm of Amida Buddha, which we call Pure Land. It can also be referred to as nirvana, the realm of enlightenment. In his teachings, Shakyamuni Buddha shared that the teaching of that shore or the other shore in two contexts. One is that we are drowning in our attachments and afflictions and need to get to that shore of nirvana for safety. Another context is that he describes us as scurrying along this shore aimlessly, but those who practice in line with the Dharma will cross over death to the far shore, the other shore of nirvana. Venerable Shinran, in his own writings, reminds us of the importance of getting to that other shore, evoking the same imagery of drowning in an ocean of attachments, cravings, and delusions, as well as being lost in the darkness, scurrying around on this shore. He refers to the other shore as nirvana, or Amida's fulfilled land, or the shore beyond birth and death. So all of the ways Venerable Shinran refers to other shore is exactly in line with Shakyamuni Buddha. So these sages are encouraging us to go to that shore. But being, as we are, ordinary beings in the everyday world, do we really understand what this means? Do we really aspire to go to that other shore? What's wrong with the world we're living in? The passage that I've just read comes from Venerable Shinran's Odes on the Pure Land, or Jodo Wasan in Japanese. This poem teaches us that the calling name of Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Butsu, is being passed on to us by all the other Buddhas who have ever existed. This includes not only Shakyamuni Buddha, but all of those who have passed on from this world into the realm of nirvana. It is also clarifying who the name is being given to. It is being given to all the beings who not only live in an unwholesome world that is full of three poisons, wrong views, and ignorance, but it is for people who are full of the three poisons and wrong views themselves. In other words, this is us. It's us. And depending on which imagery we use, we feel that we are drowning in an ocean of afflictions, or maybe sometimes we feel like we're scurrying along this shore, constantly running into each other, not knowing where we're going and having no real direction. Describing us as ordinary, unenlightened beings as drowning or being lost and scurrying seems, I understand it could seem unflattering. But these characteristics are being described like this for a reason. This description is trying to bring us to understand more deeply about what it means to be unenlightened. It is the opposite of enlightenment. It is the opposite of nirvana. So it is to be full of wrong views, not to be able to accept all things, all experiences, and people as they are. It is to put our own judgments and biases on everything. And it is to be full of attachments that cause us to have our own self-centered desires, our self-centered aversions or dislikes, and to live out in foolishness, to live in ways that are foolish, unwise. And it is because unenlightened people have these characteristics and continue to have judgments and conflicts without end that the Buddhas are urging us to receive and listen to Namo Amida Butsu, this immeasurable, non-stop wisdom and compassion. So to elaborate on my appreciation of what this means for us to be recipients of Namo Amida Butsu on this shore, I would like to share a joke, because we all need happiness in life. There was once a couple who moved into a new house. I will call them spouse A and spouse B. After moving in the next morning, while they were eating their breakfast in their new kitchen nook, spouse A looked out their window and saw they had a direct view of the neighbor's backyard. And they saw their neighbor hanging laundry outside on the clothesline to dry. And spouse A thought and said out loud, "Wow, that laundry's not very clean. I don't think they know how to do their wash correctly. Maybe they need better detergent." And spouse B looked on and just remained silent. And the next time that the neighbor was hanging their laundry outside, spouse A looked out and made the same comment. "Man, their laundry's still dirty. I don't know what they're doing." And so for the next several weeks, every time the neighbor hung their laundry out to dry, spouse A continued to make various judgments and comments about the neighbor's laundry. Finally, a month later, spouse A was surprised to see the neighbor's laundry on the line look so clean. And spouse A said to spouse B, "The neighbor finally figured out how to do their laundry correctly. It's so clean. I wonder how they figured it out." And spouse B replied, "I got up early this morning and finally decided to clean our windows." So this joke reminds me of what it means for me or for us to be unenlightened. How many of us might be nosy and, wonder what our neighbor is up to, even though it's none of our business? How many of us think it's necessary to make comments about the lives and actions of others, even when it doesn't directly impact us? And when we look at others and their actions, don't we judge them based on our own arbitrary and self-benefiting standards, just as spouse A did? However, just as spouse A did not realize that it was their own window that was dirty and obscuring their view, we often do not realize that the judgments that we hold, including our own desires and dislikes, are based on us looking at life through our own dirty window of our unenlightened, dualistic mind. This is our wrong view. Although it was the case that spouse A's view was distorted, they didn't realize their error on their own. They continued to see the world through the dirty window as if it was the true way to look at the world. It took someone outside of themselves to show them that there was not actually anything wrong with the neighbor, but due to the dirty window that they were looking out of. In this same way, because we live our lives through a distorted lens of wrong view and three poisons, Amida Buddha and all other Buddhas, out of deep pity and compassion for our situation, are all reaching out to us to try to help us understand that our views, my view, is distorted. It is not just our views, but our heart and mind that is distorted. Because all the Buddhas realize that we are unenlightened beings, judging not just our neighbors, but all things, experiences, and people in our lives through our own dirty window, through our defiled heart and mind. This is why we are being given the calling name of Namo Amida Butsu, this non-stop wisdom and compassion. Namo Amida Butsu is the embodiment of the fundamental vow of the Tathagata that resolves for all unenlightened beings to turn their hearts and minds away from relying on seeing life through their own dirty window, and rather towards a heart and mind that relies on the purity and clearness of true and real wisdom and compassion. It is this great wisdom and compassion of Dharma that awakens us to the unflattering characteristics that we easily accuse others of having, but we refuse to acknowledge within ourselves. Shakyamuni Buddha is quoted as saying the following in the Dhammapada. It's easy to see the error of others, but hard to see your own. You point out the errors of others, but conceal your own, like a cheat who covers up an unlucky throw in a game. If you focus on the errors of others, constantly finding fault in others, your poisons flourish. You are far from overcoming them. This really speaks to me. Because we are always living life through our dirty window, focusing on the errors of others, finding faults in others, poisons continue to flourish without end. And I think all of us here would say we want world peace, right? We want peace and calm in our world. But how many of us are able to always keep our family peaceful or not get upset with our neighbors or other people in our community? Out of deep compassion for all of us, the vow was established to guide and carry all of us to the other shore, that is the nirvanic realm of peace and bliss. This path is being given to us unconditionally through Namo Amida Butsu. We may not be able to clean our own dirty windows, but through Namo Amida Butsu, all the Buddhas are always empathetically, compassionately reminding us that my windows are dirty, and only the Dharma of Namo Amida Butsu is clean, true, and real. Not only that, but they are always reminding us that to follow the Dharma does not mean for us to point out the faults of others and say their windows are dirty, their clothes are dirty, but remember to look inward at ourselves and scrutinize our own ignorance and our own poisons. We are being urged to realize that it is because of my poisons that Namo Amida Butsu embraces me as I am. Amida is resolved in making me aware that relying on my own defiled heart and mind, or even relying on anything in this world of suffering, is not what will bring me to nirvana. Because everything in this world is temporary and unreliable, we are being urged by the Buddhas to wholeheartedly take refuge in the true and real wisdom and compassion of Namo Amida Butsu. For it is only through the working of Namo Amida Butsu that we can escape this shore of samsara, escape drowning in our afflictions, and reach that other shore of nirvana, peace, and bliss. So in closing again, I hope that we can all remember that Namo Amida Butsu is being given to us out of deep care, deep compassion for all of us. While we live our lives with a dirty window that we can never fully clean, Amida Buddha is here with us always to not only remind us of our dirty window, but also to embrace us just as we are and carry us to the Pure Land, dirty windows and all. I would like to thank you all very much for allowing me to be here to share with you at Stockton for Ohigan my appreciation of the Nembutsu. And I hope we can all continue to reflect on the meaning of Amida's vow and allow the wisdom and compassion of Tathagata to permeate our hearts and minds, giving us a strong, unwavering foundation on which to live our lives each and every day. I would now like to invite you to bow your heads or put your hands together as I conclude my message by reading a letter written by Master Renyo. Lay people in the latter age who lack wisdom should deeply rely on Amida Buddha with singleness of heart, entrusting themselves to the Buddha single-mindedly and unwaveringly for their emancipation without turning their thoughts to other matters. However deep and heavy their evil karma may be, Amida Tathagata unfailingly saves them. This is the essence of the 18th vow that assures our birth in the Pure Land through the Nembutsu. Once our heart is thus settled, We should say the Nembutsu, whether awake or asleep, for as long as we live. Humbly and respectfully. 万代無知の在家始終の何よたらん友柄を心一つにして阿弥陀仏と深く頼み参らせてさらに世の方へ心振らず一心に子にぶ助けたまえともさん主上またとえ在後は人寿なりとも必ず皆如来は救いましますべしこれすなわち第18の念仏の上のせがの心なり核のごとく献上しての上には寝ても覚めても命のあらん限りは称名念仏すべきものなりあなかしこアナカシコナモアミダ仏ナマンダ仏ナマンダナマンダ仏ナマンダナマンダ仏ナマンダナマンダナマンダ仏ナマンダ仏 Thank you very much. I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, I'll come around because my shoes are over there. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So thank you, Sensei, for that wonderful Dharma message. And as Sensei was giving her message, I was thinking, I need to go to Target, get lots of Windex, and start washing my own windows and saying the Nembutsu with sincere heart and mind, too. So it's a wonderful way for us to not only hear and receive the Buddha Dharma here and think about it, but also take all of what Sensei said to heart and bring it outside of the temple doors into our everyday lives as well, to not only maybe alleviate some of our pain and suffering, but also to ensure that we don't cause any pain and suffering to others as well who we have an opportunity to encounter every day. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And of course, thank you, Sensei, for spending the entire weekend with us. It's been a pleasure and very fun to be able to have this time with you as well. And so, of course, we wish you safe travels, and hopefully you can come and see us again soon. So please join us in the mini chapel for some refreshments and fellowship. And please feel free to offer incense if you didn't have an opportunity to do so, and have an opportunity to say hello to Sensei as well. So thank you again, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Namanda, namanda, namanda.